Okay, so to replace the clock spring assembly, here's your part number for the 2006 Toyota Land Cruiser. Here's the part. You're going to want to make sure these are OEM. You're not going to want to buy any of the aftermarket ones. So as you can see, this one's made in Philippines. Original Toyota part. First thing you're going to do is remove these Torx T30s on either side. And when you remove them, they actually stay in the housing. So you could just move them out the way like this. And then this airbag will come out. You're going to want to disconnect your negative battery terminal with an 11 millimeter. What I like to use is a Milwaukee extension on a T30 and a little tiny ratchet like that, 1/4 inch. Before all that, I forgot. You're going to want to take a pick and you're gonna pry here and pry here, and these will just come out on each side. So this is on the other side, so just pry here and here. It'll come out this way. They cover these bolts here and here. So to remove these connectors, take your pick. You're gonna go in under here and pry up, and then this way, and then these connectors will both release. One and then two. This is going to be your ground wire, your ground connector, so just carefully remove that and then put it back. Okay, so next thing you're going to do is take this connector, take this connector, push down right there and pull towards you. Be careful with these wires because they're from 2006. Then you're going to undo this 19 millimeter. What I like to do is mark everything. So I mark on top as well as the nut itself. I marked it so I know how far it was tightened to. So I remove this. Before you remove this nut, give a couple taps on the bottom of the steering wheel on this side and on this side to loosen it, and then you can take that nut all the way off and the steering wheel as well. All right, next what you're going to do is there's going to be two Phillips, one Phillips there, one Phillips there. They look like this. So just use your preferred Phillips impact to loosen these two, and then you're going to have four small ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have to remove this all together, just bend it out of the way a little bit. There is also one bolt Phillips that you remove from right here. Then once you remove the 4 bolts there, this is a 2-stage connector. So what you do is you pull back, it's spring loaded, and then you press and it'll release. This, anything yellow, by the way, guys, is airbag related. And then here's a connector from the other part to the top. By the way, here's the broken one. You can actually hear, I don't know if you guys can hear. Let's see if I can get you a... Right there, you can hear it like binding up inside. So inside there's like thin thin wire. It almost looks like this wire that connects these two connections together, and it breaks over time. So let's put the new one in here. Okay, so the clock spring's in, 2 Phillips here, 1 on the bottom, and then on top here there's a tab. You'll see it. Just line it up with the little hole that goes in the tab, and then don't try to force it down. If this isn't closing, that tab is not straight. So clip this in on both sides, and then what you could do now at this point, both of these connectors here, the yellow and the black, are in. What you can do now is remove the safety. So this just allows the clock spring to rotate left and right. So they just do it for like shipping purposes. Don't forget to remove this. And now we're ready to reinstall the steering wheel and the connection as well. So I do have a torque wrench in the garage. I didn't feel like getting it out for this. So basically the reason I mark this mark on the nut is because I torque it down exactly to where it was before. Okay, so you'll actually feel it. And then on top here, as you can see, that mark lines up also with the steering wheel, so that you know that the steering wheel is centered. Okay, what we got left is just to connect the airbag back and the Torx, the 2 Torx bolts, T30s, and that's it. By the way, sorry guys, I'm sick, so sorry for my voice, but this is how you connect this, like this. And then over there, you see that bolt? I kind of hide it behind so that when you're putting this airbag in, it doesn't give you any issues. Like, see this bolt right here? You just reach in there, just pry it back a little bit, so that when you're putting the airbag back in, it goes in nice and easy. All right guys, so everything's back together. We're just gonna check to make sure. So our airbag light is off. We have no warning lights in the dash except the TPMS sensor, which is because I have these wheels on here, 35s. We're just gonna go through the function test. Ford works. I'll have to test this later for the TV screen. I'll have to test that later. Let's see, cruise control. Yep, cruise control is working now. That's good. So there you have it. Nothing to it. I forgot how much this part was, like $100 some, but it's totally worth it to get the original. So just for entertainment purposes, I took apart this whole clock spring. There's just a bunch of clips all around, and I wanted to see where the failure point was, and I found it. So you see how nice and uniform all those wires are inside. Now look at this one. Do you see the break right here? There's almost no wire left inside. You see that? I'll open it apart. Look. So it dries up over time, and then the wires just like literally disintegrate. And there was the connection point problem.